Have you ever loved a game so much that you just wish you could take it with you literally everywhere you go? I know. In 2021, that's kind of a silly question. We've had the Nintendo Switch available to us for almost 5 years now, and that's changed the way a lot of us, including myself, view gaming. I can now take games like Breath of the Wild, Pokemon, or even Mario Odyssey with me wherever I feel like playing them, and honestly, I've become a little spoiled. I want to play my favorite games literally wherever I want to play them. So with that in mind, what about games that came out before the Nintendo Switch? Games like The Witcher 3, or games that came out on other platforms first and are available on the Switch now? What if I want to play those games, but I don't want to start over? I want to carry all of my hard-earned progress from my other platforms, my PC, my PlayStation, or my Xbox, over to my Switch. That's where cross-save comes in. With cross-save, I can take those save files on supported games and move them to my Switch or between other platforms as I see fit. So with that in mind, here are 10 of my absolute favorite cross-save games that are available right now on the Switch. Take a look. Hades is a game that I kind of famously didn't click with back when it released. To say the least, I was not really drawn in by the repetitive, or what I viewed as repetitive, nature of the game. Or at least that was true until I played it in handheld mode on my Switch. My first experiences with Hades were on Steam, sitting at my computer, playing it on my monitor. And I realized that that didn't really capture the way I wanted to play this game. So what I did was I transferred my save from my PC to my Switch, and frankly, I haven't looked back since. Playing Hades in handheld mode is the ideal way for me to play it. I enjoy it as kind of an arcadey type of experience, and not something that I personally feel is suited for the big screen for me. I enjoy having a more intimate experience with Hades, playing it in tabletop or handheld mode, usually while I'm doing something else, because I like to kind of play it idly. It's a great game, and one that I find really compelling, and I don't think without the Switch that I would have stuck with it. I've beaten a few runs now, and I'm pleased to say that if I had done this last year, it might have been a little bit higher on my Game of the Year rankings. Immortals Fenyx Rising is probably the most versatile cross-save game on this list. You can actually play it on every single platform it's available while maintaining your progression. That means if you start on Xbox, you can continue on PC, PlayStation, or of course, Nintendo Switch. I've played it between Xbox Series X and Nintendo Switch, using the Xbox for my TV mode experience so that I could get 4K visuals, while playing in portable mode when I wanted to take the game with me. I love the fact that my created character and all of the progress I've done in this huge open world come along with me for the ride, whether I'm choosing to play at home or take it with me on the go. In fact, I played this most recently at PAX West while I was out there with the whole team, and I had a blast just picking up this gigantic open world game and feeling like I was missing nothing because everything I'd done up to that point was still with me. If you haven't played Immortals Fenyx Rising, go pick it up. It's absolutely worth your time. Rocket League has become something of a tradition between my best friend and me. We play it whenever we don't have something else that we're interested in doing. It's a go-to that has withstood the test of time for many, many years now. And I'm not anywhere near my best friend's level, which is probably why we continue to play the game. He enjoys beating me, and I enjoy trying to get better. So when it came out for the Switch, I found an easier way to practice so that I could eventually take it back to him on his platform of choice. Also, I love the fact that there's an unlockable Samus gunship themed car that's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version, but of course, having played on other platforms for years before the Nintendo Switch version became available, I was glad that I didn't have to reset all my progress, as well as all the other cars, wheels, and boosters that I'd unlocked in the past. Rocket League was really the first game that delivered for me on the promise from the Switch reveal trailer that showed Splatoon pros practicing in handheld mode on their Switch. I actually play Rocket League this way, and I try my techniques on Switch before I take them to the bigger screen against my friend. The Witcher 3 came to the Switch in 2019, after 4 years of being on the PC and competing consoles. I had picked up the game at its release on PC, and I had played through the main story, but the DLC was so intimidatingly massive that I hadn't even gotten started with it. So when the Switch version came out and it included that DLC, I was more than happy to transfer my save over. I was able to link to my GOG account and get the game up and running with all of my progress intact. Since then, I've played a ton more of The Witcher 3, and while there's still a lot for me to find, I've finally finished Geralt's Adventure, and I couldn't be happier to have done it on the Switch. Without it, I don't think I ever would have finished this game. You know how you always have that one friend who's trying to get you to try Monster Hunter, but you're not sure that you want to drop the money? Well, I've got a game for you guys to try. It is called Dauntless, and it's been available on the Nintendo Switch since December of 2019, but it's also available on competing platforms and PC. And not only does it support cross-save, but it also supports cross-play. So if your friends don't necessarily want to play with you on the Switch, they'd rather play on their other console, then you can do that while still enjoying the experience you have on your handheld. I love that about this game because the barrier to entry is so incredibly low. There's no reason for you not to try it. It's free, it's available on everything, and you can carry your progression with you no matter what it is you choose to play on. You should absolutely give it a shot. I tried this at E3 2019 a couple years ago, and it was utterly fantastic. It's the reason that I play Monster Hunter Rise today, so go check it out. There's no way we could talk about cross-save without mentioning Smite, the multiplayer online battle arena, or MOBA as it's more popularly known, that reaches over 30 million players across all of its platforms. Smite has been available on the Nintendo Switch for quite some time. It's free to play, and you can carry your progression across PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Mac. No matter where you are, you can pick up and play Smite right on the Nintendo Switch if you want to get some quick practice in, or if you're comfortable on another platform, you can do that too. There's literally not even a synchronization process. You just link your account and your save is on every single platform you play the game on. Absolutely should go pick it up now if MOBAs are your thing. I don't know how to play this game. I still struggle with it, but I keep trying, and hopefully one of these days I'll actually break through. Divinity Original Sin 2 actually reminds me very strongly of the Diablo franchise, and I'm not playing those anymore, so this game scratches an itch for me that I didn't know I had until recently. But I've been enjoying the hell out of this game. It reminds me so much of games I used to play on my dad's PC in the 90s. But again, I love the fact that I can play these from anywhere. And that feature is actually unique on consoles to the Switch version. All you have to do is sign in with your Steam account and you're up and running. You can have your PC progress automatically synchronized between your Nintendo Switch and your PC copy of Divinity Original Sin 2, meaning that if you want the best possible visual experience, you can play on a PC with a dedicated graphics card, but if you want the convenience of play like I do, you can play it in handheld mode or in TV mode on your Switch and still get a pretty great visual presentation. I still haven't finished this game, but I do plan to be playing a whole lot more of it now that I don't have to lose my progress every time I switch consoles. What is better than a game that you can play on any platform you want without losing where you were? A game that you can play on any platform without losing where you were that is free. And that describes Paladins to a T. Paladins is a hero-based arena shooter that essentially lets you play however you want, wherever you want. If you want to play with keyboard and mouse on Xbox, you can do that. You have a fully functional friends list that persists across platforms, and you have voice chat for everyone from Switch to PC to Xbox, you name it. This is the ultimate multiplayer experience, and if you haven't tried it, it's a ton of fun. I definitely recommend you go check it out. Civilization 6 is another game that supports cross-save across nearly every platform it's been released on. As long as you're signed up on the 2K website and you select in-game cloud saves, you're able to pick up where you left off regardless of which platform you're playing on. And I have to say that this feels incredibly liberating. I actually picked up Civilization 6 when the Switch version dropped because I wanted to try it on my PC, where I understand most people play it, but I wanted the convenience of being able to pick it up and play it in bed or on the go. And while I still haven't finished the game, I have played quite a bit of it, and I probably never would have touched this series were it not for the fact that I could play it on my Switch. Of course, no cross-save list would be complete without the inclusion of the most famous cross-save game on Earth. Of course, I'm talking about Fortnite, which just released Season 8. So if you want to play a game where you can have Rick Sanchez and Thanos battle Carnage from Spider-Man, or have Ryu from Street Fighter hanging out with Kratos, this is the game for you. I don't think I really need to tell you a whole lot more about Fortnite other than that it is a worldwide phenomenon, and it is really impressive that this game works on the Switch. I've been playing it for years now. I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royale. I actually prefer the Save the World mode. Please, Epic, bring that to Switch with cross-save as well. But for now, you can play the world's most popular game on the world's most popular console and not lose any of the skins, characters, or any of the other wild stuff you've unlocked. And unlike the iOS versions, the Switch has built-in controls thanks to the Joy-Con, so you don't have to settle for touch screen buttons. This is the best way to have Fortnite with you wherever you go. So there you have it, 10 of my personal favorite cross-save enabled games that you can play on your Switch. I had so much fun putting this list together. I didn't realize how many games there were that I might not have finished, like The Witcher 3, or that I might not have played altogether, like Civilization 6, were it not for the ability to take my progress wherever I want. Some of these games felt so huge and daunting that tying to one platform made me feel like I would never invest the time to actually finish them, but being able to take them on the go with me with my Switch made that seem so much easier to do. But what about you? I'd love to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments down below what cross-save enabled games are your favorite and what you're playing. It might be the next game I pick up. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. This is a new type of video for me, so let me know what you think about it. But if you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to GVG and ring that notification bell to be the first to know every time a new video goes up. We're fully Patreon funded, so if you could head over to patreon.com/gvgaming and check out what we have to offer there, it would mean the world to me. It helps out the channel a lot. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.